Land of Dreams.
Take the trip with us
on Radio SI.
Hi, I'm Mike Burnard. I'm from Portland, Oregon, on the west coast of the United States. I'm 32 years old, and I've been living in Slovenia for 9 months.
Hi. Yeah, it's where I get my haircut, so she knows me, recognizes me.
That was the hairdresser.
Yeah, that's the hairdresser I go to. So she's been very kind. She's learned a lot more English since I started going to her. She's very
You've been
good.
here for 9 months, so how many
9 months.
times have you been at the hairdresser?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe 7. I am a PhD student and researcher at the University of Primorska. Yes, my field is wood science.
So what is wood science?
For a lot of people, it's a lot of different things. It's a very wide field. My particular focus is on how the materials that we use for building, particularly for furniture and flooring and wall cladding, affect the health of the people.
So is that one of the reasons why you came here? Did you know that Slovenia is like almost half of it is covered with forests?
Yeah, I did know that going into it.
Would you like to live in a house made of wood?
Oh, absolutely. And it's, our building construction in the U.S. is very different. We all tend to live in single-family homes, and our main method of building houses is to use wood for the structural elements.
Okay, so what are the other differences that you've noticed between the two countries?
The pizza here is really good. Yeah, everyone says that, I'm sure. And it's true. I mean, I think we have very good pizza in the U.S., but even now, if I've been out of the country for a little while, the first thing I want to do when I come back here is to go have a pizza because it's so good. The first thing that I've noticed when I came to Slovenia from the U.S. is the scale of things in the U.S. Not only is the country bigger and the states are bigger, but the cars, the houses, yeah, it's much more spacious. And even things like refrigerators in the U.S. are, giant, and grocery stores are bigger. The space on the streets is much larger. And over here in Slovenia, everything tends to be a little more compact and more close together. And I think that changes the relationship that people have with each other a lot of times.
Is bigger better?
Having more space gives you a lot of opportunities to do things, but I don't think bigger is necessarily better. I mean, I don't think bigger cars are healthier. I don't think wider roads are necessarily a better thing. I think there's a lot of environmental impacts of putting bigger things in places, which we have a tendency to do in the U.S. And over here, maybe because you're limited on space, you don't do that, and that is probably a better thing overall for the environment, probably for society as well. I have been here for 9 months so far, and I will be here for at least 3 years. And at this point, I would not have any qualms with staying longer. I don't expect that to change. I think I would like to stay here, but if that opportunity presents itself, I would probably stay. One thing I really like about Radiohead is the progression of their music. Their style has changed, and maybe for me that is important because I've done this very large change moving from the US to Slovenia, and while things maybe aren't that different from one place to the next, really it is a big change nonetheless. And so things change, but they're still good.
Radiohead.
Yes, absolutely.
as you take my hand, just as you write my number down, just as the drinks arrive, just as they play your favorite song as your body disappears. No one will wind up like like a spring before you had too much. Come back and focus again. The walls have been in shape. They got a Cheshire cat grin, all blurring into one. This place is on a mission before the night out. Before the animal noises closer get cameras. Before you come at all.
You're listening to Land of Dreams, this week with Mike Burnard, an American living in Slovenia.
It's a beautiful place, that much is obvious. This country is gorgeous. People here tend to love their country, and even coming outside and just looking into the country early on, before I actually came here, you can see that people are emphasizing things like love and beauty and the heart and everything. And I think maybe that has something to do with why you call the show The Land of Dreams, because people like this place and they have pride in it. I suppose I like the idea of that perfect land of dreams not existing, because if it existed, then everyone would go there and the rest of everywhere else wouldn't have anything. Maybe you could say they would have something to aspire to, but I think instead everyone would just leave and go there. And this way, every other place gets to sort of build itself up and chase a different ideal, perhaps. And so you get some differences in the world. And as people are pursuing different dreams, I think you get to see, all these cultural differences that make the world interesting. We can pursue a land of dreams, we can chase after it, but we have to allow different people to have different perspectives of what that land of dreams is, and so that we have these cultural differences that, while we can still relate to each other, make the world interesting, give it some character. Yes, let's go take a walk outside if that's okay, and we can look at some parts of the city that I like.
Okay, you can show me Koper.
Yes.
Okay, your Koper.
My Koper.
Okay.
Go this way.
So is it always sunny like this?
It has been lately. Hi.
People you know.
Oh, dobro, hvala. We'll go right here.
Yeah.
So this building I like a lot. I like the way the light comes through the arches in the afternoon, and I can walk through here, and it's this sort of, old building, which for where I come from in the U.S., there's nothing that's old. Our oldest buildings are from the 1800s. And so there's this nice building here that I can walk through in the morning, and I just think, wow, this is cool. Experiencing this old community that's been here for much longer than I could really think about before. And, you walk through, there's the sailboats, there's the palm trees, there's the sea. And my route home takes me...
Police car just passed.
A police car, yeah, so I feel safe, that's good. So I take this path all along the bay, and then all this.
On the other side of the bay?
I live on the other side of the bay in Justerna, and
it's a nice walk.
It's a nice
or
walk.
A nice bike ride,
yeah, it's a short. Maybe it takes 20-25 minutes to walk here, and it's when the weather's nice. It's a good walk, good way to start the day, good way to end the day. I really want to meet somebody that has a boat so I can be friends with them and go out on the boat, but I haven't done that yet.
You've been in the sea, though?
I have, yes, yeah. I was surprised at how warm the water was. Where I'm from in the northwest of the United States, our water is very, very cold. And so we don't go out into the water without wetsuits on, and we don't go out there just to relax, whereas here, you can just go splash around the water. It feels like, a holiday for me, So what's really different for me too is the open cafes everywhere. Every cafe, most people tend to sit outside, and I really like this idea. Even during the winter, I was surprised how many people were dedicated to sitting outside and wrapped up in blankets, and I thought that was pretty great.
So what will you have?
Dolga Cherna Kava.
And you know what that is, right?
Yes, I do. It's the closest thing I can get to an Americano, which is what I often drink in the U.S.
So, Mike, I guess that's it for now.
Okay, great. Well, thank you.
Thanks for showing me around Koper.
Hey, no problem. I'm not the best tour guide, but...
You're becoming a local slowly.
Very slowly. I'm working on it, yes.
Okay. Well, you're doing a good job. Everybody knows you.
Thank you very much. Thanks for coming down.
Yeah.
Land of Dreams.
Take the trip with us every Wednesday at 11:20 a.m. and every Sunday at 2:30 p.m. Only
On Radio SI.